Hello, welcome back to Ask Bill and Kate Thursday nights at 8. Happy New Year. We're Bill and Kate Hafer Group of Southern Classic Realtors.
Hey everybody.
And that's Bill. You in a good mood?
Sure,
Why?
because we're doing a show.
Anyway, we still have our tree up, and that's all right.
Yep, a lot of people keep them up till the 6th. That's what I'm used to.
The 6th?
Mm-hmm.
The specific date, the 6th.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know. We still have homes on our street that have lights and stuff, and that's okay.
I mean, I think it's perfectly normal for the first week of January.
Well, I mean, how has this first week been so far?
Well, we went live today on a new property, so that's good.
You want to explain what that means? Like, for those, like, before I got in real estate, I'm like, what does that mean? I kind of knew what it meant, but I really wasn't sure. So what does that mean?
Yeah, so we had a contract in place. In this particular case, we had a long coming soon period. Basically it means that now the home is available to the public. It's listed in both the Georgia MLS and the First MLS, which gets us that many more agents looking at the home, as well as what we do to push out the website for the home and the video for the home and all those other things. It's all go live. We create brochures today, got them up in both the outside box and the inside box, as well as getting all the seller's disclosures in place. So we're ready to go. We had our first showing today. So
we did. That's always a good thing. Always a good thing. So cool.
And we're, hoping that all of the news on the street is going to come true, that we're going to see more buyers enter the market. We're going to see interest rates come down.
That would be nice.
And
that would be nice.
And we'll see a few more people willing to put their homes on the market.
Yes, that would be nice for everybody.
Yep.
Win-win for the buyers, win-win for the sellers, and instead of this limbo, mumbo jumbo, whatever has been going on. Do you have a word for it?
Mumbo jumbo works.
Mumbo jumbo. No. Oh gosh, are you ready for some questions, Bill?
Yeah, sure.
Oh my, I still have a headache. It moved. It was here, and now it moved to here.
How long did you take your Tylenol?
I didn't. I forgot. That's all right. All right. Anthony from Sonoya wants to know what all is involved in closing costs. Is it just paying the attorney and the agent? What if my brother's a lawyer and will do it for free and I sell it myself? Then do I still have to pay any closing costs? I'm kind of frugal if you haven't noticed.
So if you're on the selling side, you really don't have closing costs. It is the buyer who is responsible for closing costs. The only exception to that would be is if you agree in the contract that you're willing to make a contribution to closing costs. So a seller really doesn't have any closing costs. Now, they will have to pay for their taxes for the part of the year that they were in the home. Since we're January 2nd today, you have 2 days of taxes due. Other than that, there's, and any outstanding debts to pay off, your only cost would be to pay commissions to the realtor, whatever you negotiated and agreed to.
Cool. All right, Anthony. So if you got any more questions, just send them on in. I hope that answered it for you. Fred from Tyrone says, what's the difference between being a pre-qualified buyer and being pre-approved? And we get that question a lot too.
So, unfortunately, some lenders interchange those terms, but ultimately pre-qualified means that the lender has acknowledged and say you can afford X amount on a loan based on what you have told him. He or she has probably run a credit report, and between those two things, they're saying they have enough information to say you're pre-qualified for X amount. Pre-approved comes into play when all of that gets validated, when you've turned in your tax returns for the last 2 years, when you've turned in paychecks, pay stubs for the last 2 months. So when you do all those kind of things and your debt gets, fully vetted, then there'll be things like that. Things that'll come in kind of late. Maybe you've got alimony or child support that wouldn't necessarily show up until later in the process. Those things are all go into the pre-approval versus pre-qualified.
And isn't the pre-approval part like at the end?
No, you get an
Right.
you get an initial approval based on acquiring all that information,
Mm-hmm.
and then yes, there is absolutely a final validation that takes place a day or so before close, just to make sure you haven't lost your job, that you haven't made a new major purchase, because that's the last thing you want to do is
Speaking of that, that's our next question. So
when you're in escrow, the last thing you want to do is buy a car, buy furniture, or any of those things on credit. And even if you don't buy it on credit and you pay cash, you really don't want to see your bank statements do dramatic swings in that time period either.
That's exactly what Aiden from Noonan wants to know. It says, why does it matter if I borrow a car a day before I'm about to close on buying a home? Hang on. I already proved I can afford the house, so why does everyone tell me I can't go out and buy a car and I want to celebrate? I mean, that is a realistic and great question, and unfortunately it happens, and then people do that, or they make some purchase, or they propose, they buy whatever, and
So let's put it
then they can't get that house.
So let's put it in simple terms. Let's say you're buying a $350,000 house, right?
Okay.
That's a big chunk of money. That's a big loan. They want that money secured a little more aggressively than a $35,000 car. Maybe you didn't even buy a car that expensive. So that's why it weighs differently, that it getting through the approval process and demonstrating the purchase of a home versus the purchase of a car. Wait till the day after you close before you buy that car.
Yeah.
Celebrate
please,
then.
Please.
Celebrate when you have the keys in your hand.
And if there's a realtor out there that tells you to buy it beforehand, they don't like you.
I have never heard anybody ever say. We've heard horror stories of people making purchases.
I mean, I
while
see
in
it on the
escrow.
joke sites for realtors or whatever. Yeah, tell the person that didn't, that used you for their whatever to.
And we had at least a couple incidents when we were still working at Harry Norman that some of the agents had their buyers go and do something like that.
They did?
Yeah.
I don't have a memory of that. Well, you talk to people more than I do.
Yeah, I just remember at least once, if not twice.
So what
Something like
happened?
that.
They didn't end up getting it?
I think one of them got through by the hair of their chinny chin chin because they still qualified, but the other one, had to wait.
And you said the agents told them to?
Yeah, the agents were telling horror stories in staff meetings.
Oh, horror stories. Okay. I thought you said that the agents were telling them to go and buy it. I'm like,
No.
Okay.
No, they told horror stories of buyers who did not heed the advice.
I never paid attention at the meetings that we had. I just didn't.
Well, when you sit in a car and spy on people, you don't get as much interactions as you do when you work in a big office for years.
That's true. Yeah, XPI here. I did that for a long time sitting. But I still do that. I will sit in my car. You can find me in the Target parking lot because, it's wintertime and I want to be outside. So I will sit in the truck and feel the heat of the sun. I'll have all my work gear with me and I'm making calls with feeling the sun on me. So, hey, that's okay. Right?
Sure.
Okay. Henry from Peachtree City says, I'm going to replace the carpet in my home before selling it. Good, Henry. If I get high-end carpet versus the regular standard carpet you find in all new homes, will that increase the price of my home, or should I stick with the regular stuff? Say stick with the regular stuff. If you find it in all all new homes and stuff like that, that's the standard carpet. Yes, more than likely the seller is probably going to replace it and stuff like that. And same thing with your high-end carpet, they might not like it. So don't spend your money on that. Yes, you want it to look good, okay? So
yeah, if your carpet looks very worn and you can't get it clean any
you don't
longer,
want that.
you don't want that, because that will take away from the price of your home. But putting in a high-end carpet versus a middle of the road carpet, it's not worth the extra investment. Don't invest in somebody else's home.
Yep, Bill says that. Bill preaches that all the time. I almost feel like afterwards I need to do the sign of the cross after you say that.
I had a handyman tell me that one time, and it just made a lot
I
of sense.
remember we were at that appointment.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember him. All right, Tanner from Fayetteville says, my mom wants to put in an offer on a house that is for sale by owner. They don't want to deal with any agents of any kind, okay? How much of an earnest money deposit should I tell her to give on a $400,000 house in order to win the bid? Well, that wouldn't necessarily win the bid. Winning the bid, people look at, what are you going to offer for the house? Okay, and are you going to have a long due diligence period versus none? For sale by owner might not even know what that means. A lot of them don't. Their main thing is, what are you going to offer for the house? Really?
Yeah, so earnest money is typically between 1% and 3%, with it being closer to 1% most of the time.
So for a $400,000 house, that's between $4,000 and $12,000, with it being $4,000 most of the time, is what you're saying, right?
Right. So earnest money, the main point of earnest money is just to prove you're serious, and $4,000 is more than enough on a $400,000 home to demonstrate that you're serious.
Yeah. Wow, those are our questions that went fast. Those 5 questions.
Okay. I guess because that one bled into the other one, it seemed fewer.
So now it's game time. God, why didn't I take the Tylenol?
You want me to get it for you right now?
No, I'll get it. It's headaches. All right, so game. We're gonna play the Would You Rather game, but there's a little real estate stuff in here too.
Okay, great.
Not the first one though. All right. Wait. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, yeah, not the first one. All right. All right. Would you rather have a super slow internet or a low phone battery?
Probably low phone battery.
Because you make calls on the computer, right?
Or you can, or hopefully you can find a charger to resolve the issue. Slow internet is going to slow you down perpetually.
And you can order a phone battery on the internet. Oh gosh. Would you rather have a kitchen island or a walk-in pantry?
I think it depends on the house. But
we have an island. It's a little roller, but it's so small.
But I guess I would say,
call it an island.
I would say probably.
What do you call that thing in the kitchen?
A cart.
Okay, it is. It's like a roll. It is. It's a rolling cart, like you see in hospitals when nurses go around, with the medication. It is.
Yeah, but it doubles as kind of an additional workspace. But
it's not big. We have a tiny kitchen.
So I would say I'd prefer a pantry.
Would you rather have an eat-in dining room or a breakfast nook?
I don't know what you mean by eat-in dining room. You mean like a regular dining room?
Yeah, like a formal dining room.
Yeah.
Or a breakfast nook.
I would rather have a formal dining room.
Okay. In your bedroom, would you rather have a fireplace or a balcony? I think I know the answer to this.
I'm going to probably say balcony, but
that's what I thought.
But the reality is, you can add a fireplace, which is what we can't have a balcony at our house because our bedrooms at ground level, but we can have a fireplace, and that's part of what I want to do as part of our
Now,
remodel.
how were you gonna do it? Like, you were gonna put it through the, like, what were you gonna? How were you gonna do it?
So the wall between the bedroom and the
Oh yeah, that's it. That is what you said. Okay. What would you do
and
back?
because we're not going to have
We're gonna have.
a wraparound,
He's gonna have his
Vanity.
toilet. I'm gonna have mine.
so we're not. So instead of having a wraparound vanity and a corner that's totally blank behind it, we'll just have a straight vanity, and then that would open up that wall to put in the fireplace.
Well, we're gonna do the kitchen first. Okay. In your kids' bedrooms or bedroom, would you rather have an absolutely epic play space or room for extra bunk beds?
I think it depends on how many kids you have, but so I would say epic play space.
All right. Would you rather have a wine cellar or a walk-in closet?
I mean, a walk-in closet's going to be more common than a wine cellar, so I'm going to say walk-in closet.
All right. Would you rather have a gorgeous landscaped yard or a beautiful pool? Why is it either or? Either or.
Probably landscape yard.
Instead of a pool?
I mean, I like our pool, and I certainly like the upgrades that we did to it.
I do too.
But you're right. I mean, we also have a pretty well manicured lawn too. So.
All right, fun fact about January. In leap years, did you know that January always starts on the same day as April and July?
Didn't know. No, not know that.
Now we know. Ah, yay, cool. All
I
right.
guess this is leap year, right?
What?
2024. I guess it is leap year.
I know it's every 4 years, but does that mean
Yeah.
it ends in a 4? So 4, 8, 12, 16, like,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So February's going to have 29 days this year.
Extra day to party.
Okay, great. Great. Oh my gosh. All right, well, guys, look, you got any questions? 678-628-K. You can text me anytime or send your questions to info@hafergroup.com. Right, Bill?
That's right.
I hope you like our TikToks that we do, asking Bill questions and what are you looking for?
The remote control.
Oh, remote control and stuff like that. But yeah, send them on in. What else you want? What else you got to say?
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. If you see our golf cart around, you know, we always have it decorated by, well, we got to take that down before we go tonight too, just real quick.
What?
The decorations.
No, we don't have time for that.
It won't take long.
Yeah, well, you won't put up the other ones, or just take them down?
No, just take them off. Anyway, no, we're almost done, Ann. But anyway, 678-628-K. You guys have a good week.
Yep, absolutely.
Almost weekend. Bye.